Just let us know when you playing the intro. What's up, guys? Listen.
What up?
Welcome to the round table, guys. We're live here today.
Yes.
Got another Sunday, guys. We definitely have a special guest here today. But before we go on, we're gonna just introduce everybody. We have Lady B here in the house today. We have RW3.
Holla at your boy.
You know, and before I present the special guest, yours truly, Antonio. Guys, we here for, I don't know, what episode is this? Is this 15 or what is it?
18.
16.
16.
That's right.
Okay, I know.
16. Guys, listen, and we got a great conversation here today, y'all. And before we get, how has you guys' day been today?
A week.
A week.
It's been, it's been good. It's been challenging, but it's been very, very good. We've been a little under the weather.
Yeah.
So,
it's been a lot of that going
Antonio been a little under the weather.
Yeah.
So,
this Antonio
he's still a little under the weather, but he'll be all right.
Tell all my business, but yeah. yeah. Well, it is what it is.
It is what it is.
Hey, God's grace. That's what it's about.
That's right.
But anyway, guys.
How you guys, what about you, Tina? What's been going on?
Just working. I'm a little under the weather as well, that you can hear in the nose there, but I'm here.
That's right.
That's right.
What about you, RW3?
Oh, I'm cool as a fan.
That's right. Cool as a fan. That's right. That's
All right.
Guys, listen, we have a special guest today that's coming on. And that guest here today, I'm looking at the producer, wondering what she's looking at. But we have a special guest today that's coming on. What do we see?
What's
Are we
going
great
on?
with the
What's going
audio
on?
and with the sound and video? But we have a special guest today here, Tina Williams.
Yes, from Cutie Business Solutions.
That's right. Cutie Business Solutions.
That's right.
You might see the producer standing in front of the camera all
That's
of a sudden. Well, I don't get that, but it is what it is.
It is what it is.
But hello, if the producer in front of the camera, that's what P. Diddy them used to do, so how come Jansen can't do it?
That's right.
She got me out of focus, guys.
But she's trying to get you in focus, so that's good.
Yeah.
There we go.
It's still out of focus. Guys, I hate doing this live. When we live, we notice that it's out of focus. But guys, it is what it is. But anyway, you know, while she's adjusting the camera, this segment is, what is this topic today that we're having today?
So, what topic you guys want to give? I know our topic is being a black business owner is hard due to lack of financing.
Oh wow!
So what guys? How you want to wrap that title up? What y'all think?
The producer's trying to duck to go under the screen when she's being seen live. You might as well just walk past the camera.
All right.
You know what I mean?
So how should we summarize that title, guys?
Yeah. I mean, it is what it is. We have someone here that can help us in this area of financing, in terms of whether it's with your business plan, whether it is helping you to figure out how to get the funding, how to put all your ducks in order. She's here to help us because today is a lot of African American. I don't want to use that term.
Minorities as well.
Minority, whoever you may be, that don't know how to get those steps, don't know the trail to go down in terms of getting your business, actually getting finances for your business, or even having a perspective to how to make it happen.
That's right. So we'll be discussing, is there funding really available for Black-owned or minorities businesses, and what position do they need to be in order to attain the financing they need to keep the doors open to their business, and how to start a new business as well.
So if talking to Miss Tina, if my credit at a 400, what happens then? Can I get a business? Can I get a loan with a 400 credit score?
So the answer is maybe. Okay. There are some situations where you could get funding if you are already in business and you have revenues. I have gotten people with that credit score. Funding is not going to be the best interest rates there, but if you need it and you're already in business, it is possible. Now, that being said, let's work on the credit. A lot of times people are afraid to even look at what it is. So, just because it's a 400 now doesn't mean it's going to stay at 400. It'll stay at 400 if you don't look at it and start fixing it.
Right.
But if you look at it, you can, most of the time I find that people that have 400 credit score have never developed their credit. So they only will have only negative small items on there that are old. So if you go in there and start working on it, you could get to a 600 quickly. But you want to start.
Okay. So let me ask you that. What is it that QT does? What do you guys actually do in terms of helping a person with their business?
So we're actually a technical assistance provider. We write business plans for for-profits that are looking for funding, and we write grant proposals for nonprofits that are looking for funding. And it's more about the planning and all of the details. Lenders are looking for, if you don't have the best of credit, there are places that you can get funded, but you need to show them that you know exactly what the costs are going to be, and if they're, so that we can make sure that there's no hiccups. I mean, there are always going to be hiccups, but if you've planned for everything, the one hiccup is not going to take you out. If you've planned for everything else. So they're looking for extreme detail in your business plan, and not a boilerplate business plan that you just got off the internet. You have to actually plan for your specific business.
Wow. Is there an element of, have you seen in your experience, for example, you may have a Caucasian business, and someone with a quote unquote 400 credit score, and an African American with the same score, but because of the color, it may be a difference in interest rate because someone is white, or they may have access to the capital because they're white. I mean, have you seen that? Is that element involved in this process?
Okay, so I used to be a banker. I used to work at Chase and Fifth Third as a personal banker. No, the color doesn't enter into it. Banks have specific criteria that they have. Now, I have noticed that if the name is like a different type of name, it may, let me give you an example. I had a Chaldean. His name was a little bit different, and the minimum scoring was 670 for this type of loan that he was trying to get. His score was exactly 670, and I got a decline. I called the underwriter and I copied and pasted the minimum criteria, and then I said, his score is 670. It's not 679. It's not 669. I'm gonna need an approval on that. And then I copied and pasted exactly that. There is no other reason I'm gonna get a decline for this. So make sure you give me my approval. Thank you, sir. And then they gave me my approval. So you have. One of the things that I would say is you have to have an experienced banker that is actually willing to advocate for you to get your loan, because sometimes you don't understand, and sometimes it doesn't make any sense for you to have gotten a decline. So, I'm going to say no. You're going to give me this money.
So I know it's a thing. I know it's a thing where they say Black-owned businesses start with less money when they begin and invest money at a slower rate over the years when compared with white-owned businesses. Mm-hmm. What do you think about that?
That's true. Number one, if you don't plan, you're not going to know how much money you need to actually take out. Yeah. You know, what I find is, you know, you want to try to bootstrap it. Why are you trying to bootstrap it? Don't bootstrap it. Get the money. You can get it. Get more. And don't undercapitalize your business, you know. And then, one of the other things that I find is we sometimes we try to do everything ourselves. You're actually going to do it worse if you try to do everything yourself.
Wow.
You have to pay somebody that knows what they're doing to do it.
Now, what do you mean when you say do everything yourself, meaning like write the business plan, do this, do that? What do you mean when you say that?
Go to classes to write a business plan. You're not going into business to write a business plan. You only go to classes to learn something that you're going to make money on. That's my opinion. I don't feel like you should be going to. I have a master's degree in accounting. You're not going to have you might not have a master's degree in accounting. So why would you try to do the numbers yourself and you're not an accountant? You know, I've been in banking for many years, so you're probably not going to know the same thing that I know on the banking side. So the business owner is actually an expert at what they are an expert at. They should stay in that lane. That's my opinion. Stay in your lane. Let somebody else do what it is that they need to do. Yes, if you need a website, don't get the free website.
Right.
That's
Get
right.
the good website.
Right.
That's right.
Why are you getting the cheap one that you wrote the words on there yourself?
Most definitely.
I understand, but you know, bootstrapping. But let's just pay for it.
So what do you think about the wealth gap? It said Black and Hispanic men seeking small business loans face more scrutiny and worse treatment from Black officers than less qualified white men, according to a study released this week by the National Community Reinvestment Coalition.
Can you shorten that up?
Just Black and Hispanic men seeking small business loans face more scrutiny and worse treatment from bank officers. What do you think about that?
You know what? I know that there's prejudice out there. That's why you have to come correct.
Yeah.
So you can't go in, and here's what I noticed when I used to work at the bank. People, and still right now, you know, they'll say, how much money can I get? I don't know. How much do you need? We have to come correct. We can't come with, I don't know what I need. Please help me.
Wow,
you have to come with,
that's really good.
This is what I need for this, and that.
Yeah.
Please hand me this money and I'm going to pay you this back.
Right.
With this interest rate. You tell them what it's going to be.
Yeah, don't let them tell you.
Ask you. You know, I want to ask them, okay, so let's get to the root in terms of those individuals is out here, and guys, you guys could make comments. We actually want you to make comments, especially in this topic here. If you're a business owner, even if you're thinking about owning your own business or something like that. But one of the questions I want to ask is this: it kind of blew away from me now, but I'm gonna dig it back in. Let me see. Okay, so my thing is this. Okay. I want to start a business. I have experience, but not on a professional level. Maybe I cut hair. I've been cutting hair for like 10 years. And I want to take this thing I want to own my own. You know, I've been in the shop working for somebody, and I know that I can even probably do a little bit better, just do things different. Does that experience make a difference in me getting a loan in terms of experience?
Yes.
You get what I mean? So talk to us about that.
Yes, I just recently funded Shears and Shaves.
I know you did. That's why I brought that up.
Yep. And she was booth running for 30 years, and she came to our business plan class, and she had a dream of creating her own spa for men. It kind of morphed into a spa for men on one side and a spa for women on the other side, because when we went through Motor City Match and won, we won space with two separate sides. Right. And so they had us redo the business plan to add the women's revenues, and then we funded the whole thing. But yes, she didn't have business experience. She's had just herself being self-employed, but it's a different animal when you're managing other people. You're paying for a whole facility instead of just booth rent. You have to make sure that you have all the licenses in place. You have to know what you're going to pay people. You have to know what the cost of your insurance is going to be. You have to, hire payroll processor. Like, there's just a whole different animal when you are running your own business.
Oh, yes.
You get a team. That's what you do.
Right.
That's what you do.
That's
you
right.
don't have to. She's an expert at what she's an expert. She's an expert at. She does excellent. Make you look really good. You clean up everything, and it's an experience. I've had other people. Some of my other people called and said they went over to Shears and Shaves, and the experience they get is, even though they may pay a little bit more for the services, they go there because of the experience.
Right.
So that is her expertise. That's
her
where
expertise.
That's where she shines at. She would not have shined at writing the business plan.
Right.
Right.
That's right.
And that would have been an issue. That would have
Most
stopped.
definitely.
Maybe her.
Like
from
you
getting
said
the
earlier,
funding.
some people try to do it all. Some
Right.
business owners,
Yeah.
they try to write the business plan, try to do everything, and
That's right.
they get out of their lane.
Yes.
That's right.
Okay.
And see, and that's one of the things that I wanted the viewing audience to know, that you can make your dream become a reality.
Yes, you can.
It doesn't
You really
matter,
can.
but you have to take some steps. And we're here today. We're talking to someone who actually knows, who does this for a living. I mean, this business, Cutie, have gotten people, good money. So listen, reach out to her. We're going to put up the number and information, and just, I want you just to say it anyway. Do you, what information how can they get in contact with you? We're still continuing with the conversation, but I want to definitely make sure that someone who's looking to do business or turn a dream into a reality, how would they contact you?
The best way to contact us is I use a short code. If they text the word resource to 33444, they'll get a list of some pitch competitions that could help them get some free money, grant money for-profit businesses. And then we will also have their contact information. That's the easiest way, because if you call, we got to call people back, and it's just easier for us to collect the information if you text in the word resource. So that's the message is resource, RESOURCE to 33444.
Now go ahead.
Let me ask you this question. So, do you personally, the approach in terms of to starting a business, because I noticed this looking at a lot of persons who, like some NBA owners, for example, they created their wealth in other areas,
That's
but they own business in the areas that they're experts in. So my question is this: sometimes we can have a talent or expertise in a particular area personally, but I guess it's a two-part question. Do you believe whatever your talent is, there's always a need right now for that, or you should look at what is the trend, what is the need, and build a business, and like you said, then hire the people that's experts in that area to
run the business,
and go with the trend, or like some people say, I've seen a lot of individuals, I can cook, and we've seen it all around. People that can cook, I've seen a lot of businesses, Black-owned businesses, people can cook and it's shut down. There's one on Grand River. Every time I turn around, they're open, then they're closed. But they can cook. So just being able to cook well is just...
That's not enough.
Speak to that.
But before Tina jump in there, I want to say this, and that's real good,
That's
because
really
one
good.
of the things that I've noticed, and even in our line of business, like you said, everybody wants to do everything, and they can't. You're not. We used to use that word in college. You're not wired up that way. Some people are wired up to do media. Some people aren't wired up to do media. Some people are wired. What is it you're wired up to do? But it's not about. And see, it's how can I say this and not be in a sometimes our African American brothers and sisters, we short ourselves out when we think that we can do it. When I got in this line of work, one of the things that I've noticed is that even going to other people's websites or the video, the production that they do, the quality can sometimes be poor. But what we do is because we don't want to spend money, we'll go out to dinner, we'll go out, buy brand new cars, we'll spend our money on everything else. Hair, the whole 9 yards. But when it comes to our own business, we short ourselves out. We'll say, nah, I can do this. I can do that. I know I've met so many individuals like this.
True.
And they have the money. And they just don't want to spend it because they think that they can do it themselves. And Tina, you can talk about this, because I know you have clients that come in and they have all different type of stories. But what do you think about that?
I definitely agree. So the reason people go into business and go right out of business is they have not planned correctly.
That's good.
You need to know the cost. It's just the numbers are the numbers, and the numbers will never lie ever. So you can at least know the baseline of what you have to have, and then even knowing that, okay, I want to make this dollar amount for myself, and I need to spend this amount of money to let the business just operate.
That's right.
Even knowing that will tell you, okay, we have to make 500 plates of food.
That's right.
Like we have to. If we don't make 500 plates of food, we not doing this. So like at least you already know. And then sometimes what restaurants do is they don't cover the cost of the food in their projections. So you know that if you selling ham hocks and it costs you $10 a pound or whatever, $5 a pound, and you put the whole pound on the plate, you got to at least charge $20. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
You got to put the food inside of the cost of the, there's plates that have to be bought. There's forks, there's napkins, there's like condiment, and you have to pay the person that cooked the food.
That's right.
And you have to pay yourself. A lot of times when we're doing business plans, the person is planning on cooking all of the food themselves. You cannot plan to cook all of the food yourself. You have to plan to pay somebody else to do it.
That's right.
So then, that's what the issue is. You didn't properly plan. And that goes to what you said. Also, of you think you can do everything. You can't. You cannot cook all the food.
True.
That's
you can't take the orders. You can't, you're going to be buying all of the, doing all the ordering yourself. It's a disaster. You have to plan to pay other people to do it and plan to pay yourself to not work. That's the key. Wow. You have to plan to pay yourself to not work.
Yeah, that's good. That's
really good.
I like that. Now, let me ask you this. So I have a detail shop. I want to start a detail business, and I'm saying this for the people who could be viewing in and who just have a dream. So I have these thoughts that I want to start a detail business. Maybe my credit is not the best. I'll even go, maybe my credit is about 560. And the reason I'm going to go that low, because if it's higher, then that's just good. So we'll just start at 560. And listen, I get in contact with you. What are those steps that would make this become a reality? And I know I have to have some money. You know what I mean? I done saved up about $3,000. And there are different companies out here who are nonprofits who can help you with that. But what are those steps to make this thing become a reality?
Planning. So I'll tell you a typical client that comes into us that is a startup. They will come to us and they may have an idea, and we start with one step. The first step is we're going to plan to open. So we have to know, okay, are we getting into a building? We have to know the exact cost. Are there build out costs? Do we have to buy equipment? Do we have to buy, do we have to pay people to fix up the building that we're in. We have to do wiring. Like, we have to say, okay, there's going to be an electrical charge. There's like a lot of stuff that goes into starting if you have that type of business. Some businesses don't require all of that overhead. Some businesses might require a virtual office to start, and then just getting a license, and then marketing to people that can help them get the funds. So we have a lot of people that would do home health care. You need a virtual office. You get a license to do home health care with state Medicaid, and you got guaranteed clients because it's Medicaid. They're paying, you know, so just different types of business. Restaurant, you're going to have to get a building. You have to pay the first and last month of rent to rent it. You're going to have to get stoves, fruit refrigerators. You're going to have to get safe serve certifications. There's like a plethora of things that you have to do prior to even making any money in a restaurant.
Right.
So I actually would say, hey, do you really want to, is your goal to make money, or is it to just be in the business of being in a restaurant? Because sometimes I might just say, let's get the cash first. Let's get something that can get cash right now.
Okay.
Right.
You know?
Well, let me ask you this.
Right.
So now, for those who may be looking at this, do I need money? I mean, physical money, or do I have to have this large bank account to get started? Because now I'm starting off with a dream now. You know, I may saved a couple of dollars. Maybe it's my income tax money. I don't know. How much do I need if I come to you or whoever to get this thing rolling? What do I need to have in terms of money?
So you do want to have money to pay someone to help you.
Okay.
But that's all you need.
Wow. Now, hold on. Listen, guys, that was good. Now listen to what she said. She said, I mean, obviously you got to pay me. I mean, you got to pay you definitely have to have that startup money to at least get the paperwork going and people to come together to help you out. But she didn't say you need $20,000 or $30,000 in your pocket in order for this business to go forward. So your dream could be possible.
Yes.
But you have to step out, and you can't be afraid. And see, that's the bigger thing. A lot of times we're afraid to step out because the first thing that comes to mind, I don't have the money. I don't have the money, so I have to. And they can have about $5,000 in their pocket that would be able to take that money to help them figure this thing out. What is that? What is a scripture about? There's a witness. What is that about? Counsel, multiple counsel. I forget the script, but it's saying that people like a QT or whatever you may say, that they can help you with the counseling part to help you draw these things out. And guys, all I'm telling you now is that you definitely need to first get rid of the fear, and not be ashamed or scared to spend money.
And don't be ashamed too. Some people self-select themselves out.
Yeah.
They feel like, okay, my credit's bad. Okay, let's do something about it. Let's make that first step.
That's big.
If you know that you want to open up something, I'm a banker. I love other people's money.
That's right.
So, like,
that's right.
If I can find somebody else's money to do it, I'm a fine. Look, can I tell a story?
Go ahead.
I had when I worked at Chase, I had a Chaldean family, and they all kept their credit really good. That's why credit is very important.
Yes,
credit really great.
That's true.
They always call me and they said, "Okay, Tina, if you have any deals on like 0% for like 12 months, 18 months, call us." So then we had a deal for 0% for 18 months. And so they all, as a family, came up and then one by one applied for the personal credit card.
Wow.
Each of them got like $5,000-$10,000 a piece. And then when those credit lines got open, they opened up one bank account. And then everybody used the checks, the 18% for 18 months, 0% interest checks to put into that checking account. Came up to about $200,000.
Wow.
Then they bought a party store that was cash flowing $10,000 net.
God,
after all bills, $10,000 net with the money
per month.
Yeah, that's what it cash.
Ooh.
So
Wow.
you created an instant $10,000 with none of your cash and no interest.
That's right.
Like
Wow.
it was
So
just
that was
credit,
good.
you know. So I'm just saying it's
Wow.
just they didn't have any cash. They had good credit.
Yeah.
They didn't have. They bought a party store that instantly after all bills, cash flow $10,000. They were paying off the credit cards, obviously.
That was smart.
And then they pay it off.
So a couple things. I thought about something. One, how much? I know I had these compound questions, but how much does you've seen with with our culture in terms of starting a business and the nepotism, meaning that I have to hire my cousin, my buddy, just not because they're experts in a particular area, that there's some familial loyalty, which that person may not be the best person, for me to be in business with. And secondly, to the point you just made, what we think, I guess is our opinion, what is the challenge with like Tony, myself, and Johnny, coming together and trusting each other and going into business together? Where we can generate, because some of it I agree is systemic racism, institutionalized racism, and some of it is.
right.
But what's preventing me and Tony, from
That's right.
going into business together? Because sometimes we can invest in ourselves and support each other, and we just don't.
That's a big one right there.
That's a big one.
Yeah.
We try to get big things on the round table.
Yeah, that's a big one. I've been in business for a long time, and I did realize that I have to hire people for what they know, if they know how to do things. So if I'm not going to be the person that's going to train them, I can't hire them even if they're my family, because you're going to lose money. You're just going to lose the money. Now, that being said, if everybody's putting an equal amount of money into something, that's different.
Yeah.
So like, let's say for instance, you and you, we put in 5,000. We might not know how to do all of the things, but we put an equal amount of cash together. I'm okay with that because we can hire the other people that knows what to do.
Right.
But it can't be a lopsided type deal, like where one person say, well, I'm going to help you out, and then you end up paying, and then you lose family and friends like that. So I'm really, really, really good at making sure that my best friends make a we do a contract. We know everything up front, because you probably gonna be in court with me if it don't happen.
That's right.
All right. Awesome.
That's right.
Awesome. Well, I got a good question that came in. Tina, that came in.
What is it?
Do you need the same level of planning for an online business?
So yes, here's the thing. You need to know who you're going to hire to do. Do you need a lot of SEO? Do you know keyword research? Like, you have to be able to plan for those things, because if you're doing an online business, just because you're online doesn't mean people are going to see you or find you or be able to
And trust you.
That's
you.
true. Oh yeah, you got to have a lot of trust online.
Right. So you still have to know what you're doing. Especially now. That being said, it's kind of easier to get funding for online businesses for startups. So I have a particular lender that will only fund if you're a startup, you're less than 6 months old. You can't have an outside office. They want you to be online or at a in-home business before they give you the money, because they don't want you to have that expensive rent.
That overhead.
Yeah.
And so it's actually a little bit easier to get online businesses funded, but you still have to have a business plan. They want to know, okay, we're going to give you this money, $10,000, $15,000, $20,000. Are you going to actually sell what it is that you're selling online?
Right.
Because we need to actually make the sales, not just say we're going to make the sales.
And how in online business, you definitely have to, and that could be it can go so many directions. It depends on, are you selling product? What type of product are you selling? How are you moving the product in terms of if it's furniture, if it's cameras, whatever it is. So you have to have those right connections, and it definitely have to be people that you can trust. It's so much in there. Do you have the funding for a website?
Has to be a nice website.
You got to
Can't
be a
the cheap
strong,
one.
exactly strong website in terms
Right.
of that card.
Yeah.
I mean, and it does cost. I mean, it costs a little money.
Yeah,
it
but
does
it's
help
worth
you.
it.
It helps you out a lot if you know how to code, if you know how to do these type of things. It makes it a little easier. But just getting in contact with the right people, please, if you don't
Yes.
know how to do it, and if you just contact people, contact someone that will know how to do it.
Yes.
So and before we go, one of the things I wanted to say is this. A lot of times, well, not a lot of, all the time, when we start doing these things on our own, people don't understand how professional your stuff has to look, even if it's a logo. From a logo to the business plan, the language that's on the paper. You can't do ghetto terminology and put it on the business
Subliminal
plan.
messages.
Yeah, you can't do all of that. I mean, you can't. It has to be professional. But listen, I don't know how, and I'm gonna end it with this. I don't know how many churches that I've seen online that go live and it's terrible.
Oh,
I mean, it's
goodness.
terrible. The audio is terrible. Some of them look like they're using cell phones. I mean, come on, man. If you want your business to, I mean, listen. How professional. If you want to be a TD Jakes, if you want to be a Creflo Dollar, or what was the other guy named? It's a whole bunch of them. Yeah, listen, your ministry makes a difference. People don't understand. There's a thing out there now where cyber church is becoming very big. And listen, those folks want to make it. They want to feel like as though they're there at the church.
That's right.
And that's going to be depicted on the quality of cameras, audio, the whole 9 yards. It'll make them feel like they're home. If you think you can get away with all them ghetto cameras and them cell phones is put up, and you about 100 feet away from the person where you can't even see them, you have another thing in common. So I mean, listen. Guys, get your stuff together. Get your stuff in order.
Yeah.
Let me add this. Another resource. I mean, Tina, you're probably familiar with it. I have found Tech Town, Detroit, where you can go to Tech Town and they have so many business connections and links. You can just go there and be in that environment and connect with people. You go to the desk and say, I'm trying to get information about this.
That's right.
And there's so many people at Tech Town. It's a business hub. If you don't know, if that's a good place to start, because they don't know, they can get to you wherever you need to get to.
Tech Town actually pays us to write business plans for some of it.
Yeah.
And we are experts as well.
Assistance providers for Tech.
Yeah, we're expert and service providers for Tech Town.
Yeah, we work for Tech Town. We don't work for them, but
we
do
service providers.
Yeah, service providers. We do ask the expert. They come in and we give them, and it is only in the media, from the media aspects of it and everything. So, but yeah, I mean that's another.
It's true.
I mean, but listen, we want you to get in contact. Tina, again, give us that information so that we can put out.
You could text the word resource to the short code 33444. So the number is 33444. Text the word resource to that, and we can get you some information about Cutie Business Solutions.
That's good.
All right, awesome.
Guys, listen.
All right.
We guys comment. Make sure
Please
you share
comment,
this
guys.
page, like
Share,
this page.
share.
And guys, we hoping that you
got some
come
good
on
information.
Out. Yeah, get some good information. And we're gonna be doing this every month. We'll be sending someone from the business sector where they can come in and talk business. Maybe to be able to help your business grow or that dream, how to get it started. I think I want to do something on nonprofits. Probably coming up in January, something like that. We can get into the
And don't forget about our contests.
Oh, the contest. Well, in the month of December, probably later towards the end of the month, we're going to be, what is it?
We're going to be taking some girls ages 8 to 13 to the 12 Oaks Mall. We're going to take them where they can get their pedicures, manicures, and get glitter tattoos, have a party. And that's at the 12 Oaks Mall. It's they have a spa out there for girls, for little girls.
And we're going to be posting the information on how you can win to actually make this happen. And we're also going to be giving out, I think we're just going to be sending a couple out to dinner. You're going to have to like the page, send in. But we'll give you the information down the line on how that can happen. And hopefully you'll be one of the winners so you can go get your eat on. right? Get your eat on,
Right.
eat some pizza with the little kids and get your finger nails up. But listen, at the same time, we're going to be videoing you too.
That's
so
right. We will be down at the round table. Will be there.
You're going to have to get that little kid together now. Don't let Johnny be bad. Don't let him be too bad, right?
Right.
Okay, so, but guys, we going to go ahead and leave and stay tuned.
Stay tuned.
And guys, we just thank you and peace out.
Peace out.
3 strikes, I'm out.